Join me as I dive into my biggest failures and see if I can turn them into valuable lessons. Failure is one of those things that we all experience at some point in our lives, but it's often something we try to avoid at all costs. We see it as a negative outcome, something that we don't want to happen, and when it does, it can be really tough to deal with. But what if I told you that failure can actually be one of your greatest teachers? We're often taught from a young age to fear failure, to avoid it at all costs. Our parents, teachers, and society as a whole tend to emphasize the importance of success and achievement, and failure is seen as something that's not acceptable. This fear of failure can hold us back from taking risks, from pursuing our passions, and from really living life to the fullest. I mean, think about it. How many times have you wanted to try something new, but been too afraid of failing? This fear can be especially damaging when it comes to our creative pursuits. How many artists, musicians, or writers have been discouraged from pursuing their dreams because they were told they wouldn't make it? The fear of failure can be paralyzing, and it can prevent us from even trying. But what's the cost of not trying? Is it really worse to fail than to never try at all? The thing is, failure is a natural part of the learning process. It's a chance to learn from our mistakes, to adjust our approach, and to try again. And yet, we're often so afraid of failure that we don't even give ourselves the chance to try. So what's the alternative? Giving up before we even start? When I look back on my own life, I can see that some of my biggest failures have actually been some of my greatest teachers. I remember starting a business that ended up going bankrupt. It was a huge setback, but it taught me so much about perseverance and about getting back up after a fall. I learned more from that failure than I would have from any success. Take Thomas Edison, for example. He's famously quoted as saying, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Can you imagine if he had given up after just a few failures? We wouldn't have a light bulb today. J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, was a single mom living on welfare when she started writing her books. She was rejected by 12 publishers before one finally said yes. If she had given up after that first rejection, we wouldn't have one of the most beloved book series of all time. The key insight here is that failure can be a powerful teacher. When we fail, we're forced to confront our weaknesses, to learn from our mistakes, and to adjust our approach. We build resilience, we develop grit, and we become stronger. And it's not just about achieving success, it's about the person we become in the process. In the end, it's all about perspective. Instead of seeing failure as something to be feared, we can see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. We can choose to view failure as a stepping stone to success, rather than as a roadblock. And when we do, we open ourselves up to a whole new world of possibilities. So, I'd love to hear from you. What are some of your biggest failures, and what did you learn from them? Share your stories in the comments below. And if you're looking for more videos on how to turn challenges into opportunities, be sure to check out my next video.